In the east of the county, about a mile from the border with Devon, is the town of Launceston. Here, Robert is responsible for one of the finest surviving Norman castles of today. Set on a large natural mound, it dominates the surrounding landscape. It's unusual as it has a round tower built inside an existing round keep. What a lot of people don't realise is that these castles didn't look like this in Norman times. They were plastered, and this part of the castle would have been also painted with reds and greens, and there would have been hangings from the walls, and the whole top of it would probably have been white. The original structure would have been made of wood, then later rebuilt in stone, and likely covered in lime render. Occupying a strategic position, the castle controlled access to Cornwall. We've got Bodmin Moor over there in the sunlight and Dartmoor over there in the gloom. And here would have been this massive white tower, symbol of strength, and you could see people coming from miles around. Do you know, I don't think I've been here before. I can't believe such a really special castle I've missed out on. I mean, it's just fantastic up here. I guess I might have come here with my mum and dad driving down to Cornwall, but probably I would have been dragged up here moaning and saying I want to sit in the car and have ginger beer and crisps. But I can't remember it. From this height, I spy Castle Street, home to what the poet John Betjeman called the most perfect collection of 18th century townhouses in Cornwall. Launceston was also home to another of Britain's most important 20th century poets, Charles Causley. He lived in the town for 86 years, in the county he called the Granite Kingdom. The thing I like about Charles Causley, that his language in this poetry is really so simple. I mean, he was a school teacher here in Launceston, and I guess he had those kids in mind when he was writing his poetry. The poem I particularly like, called Eden Rock, it's about his death, about looking beyond his death. You may remember I had a Jack Russell called Chalky I was very fond of, and the beginning of Eden Rock, it runs like this. They are waiting for me somewhere beyond Eden Rock, my father in the same suit of genuine Irish tweed, his terrier Jack, still 2 years old, trembling at his feet. I always remember Chalky used to be going, ah. At the fabulous granite church of St Mary Magdalene, Causley wrote a charming little poem about the curious legend of St Mary.
Oh, it rolled off.
It's said that anyone who can lodge a stone upon her back will be rewarded.
We're having a go, yeah. We've managed to get one.
I've got some too.
Have a go. It's actually harder than it looks.
Oh.
It's because it hits that top bit.
It does. It's too low.
Is there something a bit wrong about throwing rocks at that tune of Mary?
Probably knocking little bits of Mary Magdalene off as you do it.
It's a bit accelerated weathering.
Granite? Granite's quite weather resistant, isn't it? So maybe she'll be all right for a few more years. Oh,
okay.
yes.
You know the poem?
Yeah, I know. I haven't read it for years, actually, but...
Well, it starts, Mary, Mary Magdalene lying on the wall. I throw a stone upon your back. Will it land or fall?
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to bring good luck.
Well, clothes.
Clothes.
Yeah.
Well, I've got too many.
Send me down for Christmas some stockings or some hose. But just before the winter's end, a brand new suit of clothes.
Who was the poet?
Charles Causley.
Charles Causley.
Did you grow up here?
Yeah, I grew up in a village about 5-6 miles away, but I went to school in the town, and we always did our Christmas carol concerts here, and so our music teacher would bring us down and we'd actually have a go at throwing the rocks before for good luck.
I actually don't get up to Launceston much, but it's really, really nice. We call it Launceston, but the locals call it Launceston.
That's right, Launceston.
Launceston.
Yeah, you kind of miss out all the C's and T's, so it's L-A-N-S-O-N, Launceston. If you're a local, that's how you want to pronounce it. Yeah.
So it's a bit like pasties and pasties then?
Kind of, yeah. It's the ah, it's the kind of Cornish drawn-out ah sound that you want to nail if you...
Launceston.
Yeah. That's it.
Fabulous. Well, whichever way we look at it, it's a very, very nice town.